Hey everybody, Chris here. So we have a pause in Dogecoin's breakout rally. Bitcoin holding steady as well, just below its all-time high. We're going to take a look at all that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You'll be notified when my videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. We've had some exciting live streams this week. A lot of energy and excitement in Dogecoin and Bitcoin as we've been watching. I'm still going to be live on Saturday and Sunday afternoon, so make sure you're subscribed, you get notifications on, and join in. We'll see how the trading is going over the weekend. Volume has ticked down a little bit. We don't have the ETFs trading for Bitcoin, and the institutions and companies normally aren't buying on the weekends either, so things are a little quiet right now. So Doge and some of the other memes and alts kind of drifting down a little bit, but some are still going up. Let's take a look at all of that, the charts and the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. And we'll start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart. About 19.8 cents, that's right, a little under 20 cents right now, down about 1% on the day. Bitcoin is still holding steady, 117.7, so Bitcoin flattening out, but still on the 2-hour chart this morning, a couple red candles for Bitcoin, which causes Dogecoin to drop a little bit more. ETH still holding pretty close to where Bitcoin is. We still have Hedera though. Hedera has been much more volatile, and Hedera is over 20 cents now. So the Hedera price is more than Dogecoin now. So Hedera has been trading well. If you've been on that, that's awesome. And then we did want to take a look at Bonk, because this is one that I did buy into, and Bonk is going to be up and down, a little volatile. This big bull flag that we saw here earlier in the week did not play out positively. It dropped down negative. Then we had the run for Bonk that was kind of following the other memes, but it had already dropped down. I think a lot of this is because of this, the Solana-based Pump.fun. There's an ICO of the Pump token, not available in the United States, not available in the UK, but worldwide you can buy this Pump token. I think a lot of Bonk holders actually sold Bonk in order to buy this Pump token. So we'll be checking in on that. That's about to start here on a Saturday. We're going to see the beginning of the Pump token. There's some airdrops and there's some other things going on with it. I haven't really gotten into it too much other than to see how it affects Bonk. But on Doge, if we zoom out onto the 4-hour chart and we zoom back and we take a look at this overall downward sloping line that we've had, this goes all the way back to December. And this is the breakout. We finally broke out of that long line here. So we will see whether 19 cents, again 19 cents, goes back to June as a key level that we had, both resistance and support at 19 cents. So that's what we're going to look at to see whether that 19 cents holds. Again, taking a pause from the breakout, that's what Doge is doing now. Overall, Dogecoin soars as Bitcoin rally ignites the meme coin frenzy. What's this about? Well, Doge Thursday, Friday was surging, capturing significant gains as a wave of speculative enthusiasm washes over the crypto market. That's what we've seen. Again, it comes in direct sympathy with Bitcoin, rocketed to a new all-time high over 118,000, and so with Bitcoin creating this powerful ripple effect, reigniting interest in high beta assets like Dogecoin. Bitcoin's record-breaking climb largely attributed to sustained institutional buying, particularly through US-listed spot Bitcoin ETFs, which have seen billions in net inflows. This strong institutional interest signals growing confidence in the cryptocurrency sector, creating a risk-on environment that benefits more speculative assets. So with that, when Bitcoin breaks out, we do have retail investor interest flowing into the altcoin market, and Dogecoin, with its massive brand recognition and strong community, often becomes a primary beneficiary of this trend, buoyed by Bitcoin. That is how Dogecoin goes. Now, Dogecoin could be about to rally hard. Again, this is an overall breakout. Are we going to see this huge run coming up for Dogecoin after this breakout? Again, I've been looking more for the big run to be more toward the fall. And this little run we had here was just a tease, I think, of a much bigger thing. But again, this is just the weekend, and we could, over the weekend, just be settling a bit with the lower volume, lower interest, because we don't have the governments, the big companies and the institutions buying Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin is settling a bit. And then, as we would expect, the alts, memes, and others would drop a little more. But the big breakout, the big surge in Dogecoin that we just had is getting people wondering if we do have a continuation of the breakout, will the volume pick up? Where does Doge go? Does it go up to like 47 cents? That is a target that we have. But that's, again, going to be something we'll be watching, I think, more for the fall time frame. Hard to believe the summer would go up there, but here we are, you know, right around 20 cents. And I didn't know we would be this high now. So we do have that going for us. So as long as Dogecoin holds above 19 cents as our support, then we can target up to 25 cents for the next major move. And this is our friend Ali. He's saying, look, Doge must hold above 19. We've got to hold that 19 line. Otherwise, we could drop down lower into the 17s or so. So hold 19, and then that level access support, this is Ali's chart here, as support, then we can go up to 25 cents. So that is the overall structure of the chart. Meanwhile, the Doge breakout rally pauses after the sharp surge. Doge has broken out strongly above 19 cents, climbing to 21.5 before facing a minor pullback. So after forming that major low back at 14.3, clearing key resistances, 17.2, 17.5, so up to 21.5, dip to 19, then the move up to 25. So that would be the structure that we would see in a bull cycle, which I still think we're in. I still think we're in an overall bull cycle. And I posted that on X here. It's like, look, there were many who thought the 2025 crypto bull cycle was over. But with Bitcoin leading the way, BTC still going higher, alts will run this fall. Are you ready? So again, we had that pullback, I know, January, February, March into early April. And everyone was like, oh, bear market here. And I'm just like, no, we're still in the 4-year cycles. This is still an overall bull cycle. I didn't lose my faith. Did you? Did you lose your faith during this time? We were buying down here. That's right. We were buying down here because I was buying into the bull cycle. And look what Bitcoin has done, up to new all-time high. We had some, consolidation here on Bitcoin, May and June. We also had consolidation a little lower here after the big run in November. We had the tariff fear of inflation, all of that. Bitcoin came down. And of course, with that, we had Dogecoin come down even harder during that period. And that typically happens with something like Doge, the memes. A lot of memes dropped even worse than Doge during this time. But that just means they accelerate more when there's a breakout. So why Dogecoin's 2025 journey may surprise both bulls and bears. Could we see $1? Of course, that's always going to come into play. Doge to $1 and all of that. But look, Dogecoin's 2025 outlook isn't found in the technical charts. And that's what I keep saying too. We don't really look at the technical charts. It's a combination of its grassroots community, emerging institutional interest. And the one thing they don't say is, well, we would have hype, right? But we also are looking for that catalyst, that Dogecoin use. One thing interesting here is look at the hash rate on Dogecoin. and how it has just become really, really violent here in the past couple weeks. I mean, this is just a much more violent hash rate on Doge than we've seen before, just because there's just so much more interest now going on with Doge. Look at that hash rate. So it is up. The hash rate's up. So there's a bull case and a bear case right now. The bull case, institutional accumulation represents a fundamental change in Dogecoin's market dynamics. Unlike previous retail-driven rallies, current price action demonstrates sophisticated investor participation. Well, again, we're following Bitcoin, but outperforming Bitcoin on the green. So that could provide more sustainable support levels. And we're going to see, does 19 cents hold? We're going to be watching that. Combined with ongoing technological upgrades from the Dogecoin Foundation, GigaWallet, Radio Doge, we've got the House of Doge involvement and all of that. Those are fundamental things for Dogecoin. They aim to make Doge more functional as a payment option. Dogecoin could achieve a legitimacy that transcends meme coin classification. But there's a bear case, right? Doge recently experienced a significant tumble, dropped over 70% from its peak. Now we're settling right around 20 cents. Dogecoin's inflationary structure requires steady demand over time to hold such high valuation. But as we looked at on the live stream yesterday, the inflation of Doge is nothing compared to XRP, Solana, Algorand. We looked at those, and those numbers from 2021 to now, the Solana and especially the Algorand inflation far exceeds what Dogecoin's. And no one talks about that. I'm the only one who's really talking about that. It's just like, you got to do your research. You got to look at what's going on. Dogecoin's inflationary structure is actually the coins that are being awarded to miners for validating the transactions on the blockchain, keeping Dogecoin safe and secure as a proof of work cryptocurrency. They're just not flooding the market, right? They're going to the miners, right? So we'll watch and see how Dogecoin trades on first. Right now, though, the more immediate thing is, are we going to hold 19 cents here as the support? As we get a little pause right now for the weekend. So join in on the live stream here. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about Dogecoin's current path here? The bearish or bullish outlook? Let me know. Give the video a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.